One major reason for constructing a graph of a numerical data is to display its distribution. And by that I mean the pattern of variability displayed by the data of a variable. You've heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's especially true in statistics. There's just something about graphs where you can see a lot more than you could with any kind of numerical value, any kind of data, any kind of calculation. 3 popular methods for displaying distributions of numerical data are the dot plot, the histogram, and the box plot. Now, dot plot displays data of a sample by taking any data value and putting a dot in the appropriate place on the scale. And this can be either horizontally or vertically. The frequency of the dot plot is represented along the other scale. So basically, when data values are repeated, you stack them. So you can see in this dot plot, you see on the screen, 0 occurs quite often, or values near 0, so you can see the dots are stacking up. When you get past 45 or so, there's only 1 dot, very little over here. But on the other end, there's a lot of values. Alright, consider this dot plot. What proportion of the graph is 3 or less? So that means on this graph I go to where 3 is, which would be right here. And I count there's 2 dots above it or less. So overall, there are 4 dots. So the proportion would be the 4 dots out of 20. Now, what if I want to compute the mean, median, and mode? Well, the mean, what you do is you want to add up the values of all these dots. So this first dot is a 1. So in the calculator I put a 1. And then right here is 2 more, so plus 2. There are 2 values at 3, so I'll go plus 6. And then plus 4 and a plus 5. There are 2 6s, so I'll say 12. 4 7s, so I'll go 28. 5 8s, 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 times 8 is 40. And 3 9s, so plus 27. And then I would divide by 20. That gives me a mean of 6.25. As for the median, median is the halfway mark, so there are 20 dots. So let's see where the 10th one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So the 10th and 11th dots are right here. So it looks like the median is going to be a 7. The mode is going to be the value that's basically where the most dots are. So the mode is going to be right here at 8. Okay. In terms of which one's most appropriate, generally for numerical data we use mean or median. It's definitely skewed to the left, so the median is probably the most appropriate for this. So for me, I'd pick median of 7. Alright, here's another dot plot of 19 scores. First question, what proportion of scores are at most 60? So again, you look at this graph, you look to see where 60 is. At most means 60 or less. So when I say at most 60, I'm looking at for dots that are in this area right here, which is 1. So the proportion, there are 19 dots overall. 1 in the 19 is at most 60. All right, what about at least 90? So 90 is over here on the right. At least 90 means 90 or more. So it's going to be these 2 dots. So at least 90 would be these dots here, 2 out of 19.